What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Shane Coley, captain of Team GLOCK, and I wanted to make a quick installation video for the new GLOCK Alpha competition trigger from Timney Triggers. Today, we're gonna be working with the Gen 5 G17. So the first thing we wanna do is make sure we have a safe pistol. Drop the slide, pull the trigger to remove the slide, and we're gonna set it off to the side because we're using all the stock parts in the slide. So we're gonna remove our trigger pin. Then we're going to remove our trigger housing pin. We'll then remove the locking block. Remove our slide stop lever. Then pull out our whole trigger housing assembly. We'll take out the trigger bar. Then we're going to remove the trigger spring. And I'm going to apply pressure to the back of the spring until it pushes out of the front of the housing, pop it up. Then we'll take that out. Now the three pieces you'll get will be the receiver, the trigger bar, and then our return spring. So the first thing we want to do is make sure this portion of the receiver is to the back of the trigger housing. So we'll go ahead and set this all the way down. We'll now take the trigger bar and set it over the top of the receiver. Now we'll put this whole assembly back into the pistol. We're going to take our return spring, and we're going to make sure that the L shape of the return spring is facing the back side of the frame. So we'll go ahead and set this in place on the left side of the trigger shoe, just like so. And I have a small flathead screwdriver here just to help me set that return spring. Next thing we're going to do is take the slide stop lever. We want to put it over the top of the return spring and make sure that the return spring is on the inside of the slide stop lever. We'll take our locking block, and again, we're going to put it about halfway down because we want to pull the top of that return spring back behind the locking block. So I'm going to take this flathead screwdriver, I'm going to grab that return spring and pull it down and set the locking block in place. Next thing I'm going to do is set the trigger pin. I'm going to use my GLOCK tool here as a slave pin. Go ahead and set this trigger pin. Then install my trigger housing pin. Set that in place. Everything feels good. Put the slide back on here. Everything feels good. And just like that, we installed the new GLOCK Alpha competition trigger. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do because I can guarantee you're gonna love it.